It's hard to define just what a conspiracy theory is. Everybody who believes in conspiracy theories refuse to acknowledge themselves as a conspiracy theorist. They prefer to pass that label on to those who believe in the conspiracy theories that are slightly more far-fetched than their own.
Conspiracy theory I would define as a theory that that goes against sort of general view of things in a lot of ways. As soon as I realised that certain things weren't quite the way that I'd previously been taught or told, it made me quite a militant person, quite able to believe literally anything my friends or people would tell me. Personally, if you want to actually ask which specific theories I believe in and do not, I really base that on what I can actually find evidence of. For example, let's take 9/11 for an example. There's a lot of evidence for what we've been told not being the truth. I'm not so much in the belief that the American government blew up those towers and various other buildings for various reasons, but there's a lot we haven't been told, and as such, it's worth looking into.
As a species, we tend to give our own beliefs and opinions a high level of certainty. We become attached to our perspective, and the idea that we may be wrong is a very uncomfortable one. This puts people in a position where dignity is tied up with stubbornness. To admit you are wrong is to admit defeat. In conspiracy theorists, this is manifested in confirmation bias, where contrary evidence to their beliefs are ignored. This is often internally justified by believing that the other person has simply been brainwashed by mainstream media, or even that they are secretly a covert agent of the New World Order. The fundamental ideology of a conspiracy theorist is connected to the idea that they are granted access to special information which promises them enlightenment which most people will never understand. Through this cult mindset, it is easy for those people to become the very thing that they fear most, sheeple.
The internet has many benefits and many negative sides when it comes to spreading ideas and spreading conspiracy theories. It allows everyone to have a voice, and that voice can reach thousands of people all over the place. But it also leads to people that don't so much know what they're talking about posting things on Facebook, posting things on YouTube, and people believing it's fact because people don't check things. They hear or read something and they assume it to be completely true. I do definitely think that if a lot of your friends are fully believing of these sort of things, it can lead to you being not even maybe misguided into accepting things that you may not have previously accepted. I think there is a huge social influence when it comes to these sort of things.
It's belonging to a group and people who feel the same way about something and have similar opinions and just really want to exert their opinions and exert how they feel because they don't feel that they can. And it's also like radicalism as well, I think, and just like trying to be out there and trying to make a difference in their own way.
The world is a scary place. Watching the news will give you a daily update on the most upsetting and fearsome events taking place in the world. When faced with this grim reality, it is hardly surprising that people rush to conspiracy theories to easily explain how all these events are connected. Much like religion, it seeks to make a scapegoat of a hidden force that causes all bad things to happen. The idea of a shadow government is a monological belief. It is well tailored to allow proponents of the belief to tack on any wrongdoings to further validate their beliefs. It is easy to dismiss conspiracy theories as nonsense, when in fact many of the theories are accepted as historical fact. For example, in 2005 the National Security Agency released files indicating that the alleged attack on the Gulf of Tonkin did not actually happen. The NSA had deliberately misled the government to provoke a war with Vietnam. However far-fetched it may seem that the attack on the Twin Towers was allowed to happen to gain public support for the war in Iraq, the American government has already admitted to similar atrocities. As well as this, the Ministry of Defence has admitted to testing dangerous chemicals and bacteria on large areas of the country as recently as the 1970s, in an effort to understand how people might be affected by germ warfare. This feeds into the conspiracy theory that the exhaust trails left behind planes are actually full of chemicals released to keep the population stupid and sedated. Again, it seems far-fetched, but the spokesperson for the group who carried out these tests would not comment on whether or not similar tests are still taking place. The issue with the monological thought pattern of the conspiracy theorist is that it convinces them that the fight against tyranny is simple. All we have to do is take out the evil organisation at the top of the hierarchy, and the world will settle down into a state of utopia. In reality, the struggle with elitist corruption needs to attack a wide range of issues: the influence of money in politics, the disregard for the fragility of our planet's delicate ecosystem, the economic and social divide between rich and poor, and the psychological disconnect people feel from those on the other side of the world. The more people get swept up by fantasies of secret societies and alien slave masters, the more people will be distracted from serious issues, such as increasing economic inequality and human rights abuses around the world. Why get lost in vague ideas about an evil shadow government when the real evils in the world are on display and paraded around as if they are worthy of our worship?
It's not a true democracy anymore, and people don't really have a choice. I mean, the three major political parties, they don't do anything they tell you they're going to do. They're no different from each other. They might have a different face, but when it actually comes to it, they'll just backturn and do whatever they have told you they weren't going to do, or in some cases, some of the more negative things, what they have told you they're going to do.
Conspiracy theories are a natural reaction to the information age. If you believe the world is truly at risk because of shadow governments, you will do everything you can to educate yourself. With the internet easily available, this can quickly lead to becoming obsessed with researching and spreading conspiracy theories, and the ideas that invoke fear are the ideas that spread the fastest.